Welcome to week 4. Now, we are finally at the place where I am extremely happy because I love this week. This is my favorite week of this program. This is my whole reason of why I chose to do this program in the first place. As you know, the title of the program is called Live on Purpose. Live on Purpose. But the outcome of the program is for you to live in your purpose. So, what are we going to need for this week? Week 4, we're going to need another notebook. So, you can go ahead and put away week 3 with the other notebooks. So, go ahead and put it away. Now, as you put that away, or you probably have already done it, or you can do it later or whatever. What is week 4? What are we going to be doing in this week? Before I tell you, I want you to write on the cover of the notebook. You're going to write week 4, discovering my purpose in life. Man, this is going to be a good week. I'm telling you, I really adore this week because we are really getting to the nitty gritty. We are there. We're already there. We are in the nitty gritty of things. Man, I'm excited for you because now you're going to be changed. Your whole life is going to be completely different from what you have ever done before. You're going to see yourself being able to do things you have never done before. It's going to be a marvelous thing. So beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy for you. So, you're going to be reflecting on passion and purpose. So, week 4 is discovering your purpose. That's what week 4 is. So, day 1 and day 2, this is what we're going to do. You're going to be reflecting on passion and purpose. Today's assignment, you are going to focus on discovering your purpose involving introspection and reflection on activities or interests that brings joy and fulfillment. Here, how you're going to go about finding your purpose through reflection. Give me some tea. So, number 1, make time to reflect. I always got to do that. Set aside dedicated time for reflection in a quiet or comfortable space where you can focus without distraction. Number 2, reflect on past experiences. Think back to past experiences, activities, or moments in your life where you felt truly alive, engaged, or fulfilled. Or maybe all 3 of those. Consider what specific aspect of these experiences brought you joy and satisfaction with the least amount of effort. It can be something like, let's say you're good at sports, like you're truly good at a particular sport, or maybe more than one sport, and it brings you joy. You feel great every time you do it. You can't wait to get out there and do it again. And you're very talented. That could be your purpose. So if that's what it is, you're going to continue to develop yourself in that purpose. You're going to continue to grow and do the things that is necessary to get better. Not just to get better, but be one of the greats. Like the great ones that are out there. You got a lot of great people who's in sports that did really, really marvelous. And that was their calling, to come here and to entertain us. But not only to entertain the world, but to also to bring excitement and joy into other people's lives, to give other people something to look forward to on their days off, just to go and watch you know? So think about it in that way. So you also have, so before I go on, what is my purpose? First off, you might wondering what that is. Well, I'm already doing that. I'm living in my purpose right now. My purpose is servant, is to serve others. And I'm not talking about serve people food and drinks and no, that's not me. That's not my purpose. Even though I do that as a flight attendant because it's teach me to be humble and understand that I am not the person that needs to be arrogant and feel like I'm all that or whatever. It keeps me grounded. But that's not my purpose. What my purpose is serving others to be able to find their purpose, like what I'm doing right now with you. My purpose is to teach you that you are worth more than rubies and gold and the riches of this world. That you are the precious stone of God. You are the apple of God's eye. And I'm here to teach you that. And not only to teach you that, but to help you to understand it and to live accordingly to the purpose and the will of God and how He has created you to be, so you can live a full and rich, exciting life without all the stress. Okay? You're going to have stress, but some stress is just unnecessary. The chronic stress, the ongoing stress, the kind that raise your cortisol to keep you up there, and then you end up with all these heart problems and blood pressure problems. No, not that kind of stress. I'm talking about, that's the kind of stress I'm telling you that I'm here to help you avoid, okay? Number 3, identify core values. Core values. Reflect on your core values, beliefs, and principles. Consider what matters most to you and what you stand for in life. Your purpose is often aligned with your values and passions. Yeah. Number 4, explore interests and passions. Make a list of activities, hobbies, or interests that you enjoy or feel drawn to. Consider what activities make you lose track of time or give you a sense of flow and immersion. Number 5, pay attention to emotions. Notice the emotions and feelings associated with different activities or interests. Pay attention to moments of joy, excitement, or fulfillment, or all 3 of those, as they can indicate areas of passion and purpose. Number 6, experiment and explore. Be open to try new things or exploring different interests or hobbies. Experiment with activities that brings curiosity or resonate with you on a deeper level. So with that, a lot of people are stuck in their ways. Like, they don't want to try new things. They don't want to do anything that's different from what they've done before. They want to do the same old thing over and over. Think about this. When you wake up, the first thing you do is what you did the day before, and the day before that, and the day before that, and the day before that. Over time, it becomes repetition and a routine, to a point to where you no longer feel the need that you are getting any enjoyment out of it. It's just something that you do. It's something that you feel that is needed to do because that's what you do all the time and that's what you've always been doing. But there's a problem with that, because time passes by. It doesn't stop for anyone. It continues to go. And you turn around and look up in the mirror and you see yourself and you wonder where all the time has gone. Where have the time gone? Well, the time just kept doing what it's supposed to do. You was the one that didn't do what you were supposed to do because you got stuck in a rut. You kept doing the same old stuff. That's why it is so important to try new things. don't be afraid to try something different, and that's something that's out of the norm, because you'll be amazed at what you discover about yourself. Like, for instance, I didn't know I was really, really interested in gardening. I really didn't. I always felt like it was nice. I grew up with my grandparents doing it, but I never helped them in that situation. I just was in the garden trying to pick some strawberries and eat some strawberries when they grew. But, or, a plum tree was growing some plums and some pears. I'm like, I'm gonna get some of these pears. I was one of the ones who would go and pick the harvest, but I wouldn't participating in sowing the seed. So what I'm saying is, but I was a child, and of course they didn't expect any of that from me. But the thing is that I had no idea that I had a green thumb until my dad, I would say about 6 years ago, he had started growing his own garden in the backyard of his home. And he grew okra and tomatoes and those banana peppers and jalapeno peppers, and those are things I eat. And I was like, wow, Dad, I didn't know that you did this. He said, man, I used to do this all the time when I was a kid, And I was like, you know what? This saves me money from going to the grocery store. I can come right over here and get some stuff that you have. And true enough, I did that. So he would have bags of peppers and bags of stuff, and especially that okra. He had so much of that. So, and the crazy thing about it, that it was growing during the summer. And of course, I normally like to make gumbo with okra, or sausage and, sauce with, okra and rice. And I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to make no gumbo because it's too hot for that. But I'll find other things to eat with that. But what I'm trying to tell you is that I found out that I enjoy gardening. It's peaceful. And not only is it peaceful, it's healthy when you are growing vegetables and fruit, and there's no pesticide or no chemicals or whatever that they use. It's organic. So find something that resonates with you. Find something that you enjoy, and even if you don't know that you enjoy it, just give it a chance. So if someone tells you, let's do something, one moment. So that's one other thing. I want to go hiking in Hawaii. I feel like I want to always do something new now because I enjoy gardening, and I didn't know I was going to really enjoy it. And I always thought about, I wanted to do something that I always wanted to do, which was go and find a waterfall. And I started looking up some things, and I researched some things, and I found out that they have hiking trails in Hawaii where you can go on waterfalls. But I realized I didn't have no one to go with me. And I don't want to go by myself, even though I would be with a group of people because it's a tour. But I just want to share that moment with someone that I love. My husband's like, nah, I ain't doing it. I just want to lay on the beach. And so I'm like, you know what? We do that every time we come here or wherever we go that has a beach. We just lay on the beach and then go shopping and go eating. Those three things. I'm like, that's more to going to any place just to lay on the beach. So I invited my best friend, I call her my sister, and I say, hey, I showed her some pictures. I say, do you want to do this with me? Now, she another one who don't live outside of the box. She lives in the box. Like, she really don't live outside of the box at all. And I mean, to the point where she's afraid to fly. And she flew for the first time for her birthday. And I'm like, you know what? You too old to be acting like this. It's time to live. And so I asked her, can we both experience this moment together? She was like, with you, sis, I would definitely do that. Just to have that experience with you. Because you are so spontaneous. I'm so opposite of that. And to do something for the first time that you always wanted to do and never got a chance to do, this would be awesome. So we are planning our trip to go to Hawaii. It would be probably my 5th time there, her first time. And we're going to get out there and enjoy something new. I love nature. I enjoy God's creation. I love knowing that God has created something that is so beautiful that man can't create. All right, let's keep it going. So, number 7 is reflect on your strengths. Consider your strengths, talents, and natural abilities. Reflect on activities or areas where you excel and feel a sense of competence or mastery. Mm. Number 8, connect with others. Seek feedback from friends, family members, or mentors who know you well. Ask them what they perceive to be your strengths, passions, or areas where you shine. Number 9, notice patterns. Notice any recurring themes, patterns, or anything that comes up among the activities that you are interested in. And notice any interest. Notice if you are being interested because it is bringing you joy and fulfillment. These patterns can provide valuable insight into your passion and purpose. So, let me give you an example. When I was younger, I used to do hair. I did hair because I love doing it. But what I found out why I really enjoy doing it is because I love the transformation that it brought upon the person who I was doing, whose hair I was doing. So I remember when I was like 9 years old, 9, 10, 11, around that, about those ages. I remember that period of time when my mom's friends would bring their children over, especially if they had girls. And I remember when I would see their daughter's hair not combed, I would say, hey, come play with me. Let's come in the room and play dress up. And I would do their hair. And when they came out, they was all with the little cute, bowettes and hair all done and stuff. And then mom would be like, oh my God, I didn't know she can do hair. Mom was like, yeah, she does hair. And she does her own hair and all that. But what happened was that the parents started understanding that I was doing their daughter's hair, that they started taking advantage of that situation. They would bring their daughters over constantly just to pretend they was there to chill with my mom, but they was really there for me to do their daughter's hair for free. My mom got word of that. Well, not word. She got hip to it, and she told me, stop doing their hair for free. Charge them. If they want their daughter's hair done, they need to pay for that. And I started saying, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to charge. And then I remember one of my mom's friends asked, do you do older people's hair besides just kids? And I said, yeah, I can do other people's hair. And they was like, okay, what can you do? And at that time, I could braid really well. I was good at cornrows as well as French braids and other types of braiding. And I was also good at like trying to make up a style. Even if it never been done before, I was creative with coming up with different hairstyles. And I said, I also know how to do relaxers. I can put relaxers on your hair. And I started doing hair. And that's how I kicked and launched my business as a child of doing hair. And as a hairstylist, all the way until I went to school for it to get my license. And then I continued to keep doing it a little bit longer after that, and then I kind of got burned out. I say kind of, because I still do hair today. I just don't do everybody's hair. I do mine. Like I did this here. All this here, I did myself. I cut my hair, I colored my hair, I styled my hair. I do all that. So, and all the other things that I get done to my hair, I do it myself. So I can't say I don't do hair anymore. I just don't do other people's hair. Unless they really, really, really need it done, and I know I can do it for them. So that was a passion of mine when I was younger, and I held on to it for so long. I thought that was something that I was supposed to do. The problem with that, when I was 17 years old, give me a second. This is why it's so important to be careful what you say to people. The same very person who told me to start charging to do hair was the same person who killed my dream about doing hair. My mom. to this day, she really don't even understand. That's why I really didn't go that far in doing hair. Because when I was 17 years old and I was about to turn 18, my mom asked, "What are you going to do with your life? What you going to do? You're going to be graduating soon. What you going to do? Are you going to go to college?" And I was like, "No, I'm not college material." I remember saying that because I really believe I wasn't college material. And she was like, "What?" And my brother heard me say that too. He was like, "That's why would you say that?" I said, "Because I'm struggling right now to graduate. I'm struggling with math. I was struggling with geometry at that time. And I just knew that I wasn't doing well. So I'm like, if I'm doing bad now, how am I gonna be doing anything in college? And I heard that it's more advanced than this. So that's how I felt at the time. And she was like, instead of my mom saying that I'm smarter than that or I'm better than that, she didn't encourage me at all. It's like she's got mad instead of saying, "You're better than that. You can do this. You are college material." No, she didn't do that. She basically just put it to a point where she got so angry and she started saying stuff like, "Then what you gonna do with your life? Because you ain't just gonna stay around here and do nothing, end up pregnant and all this stuff." And I'm like, wow. And I told her, I said, "Well, I'm gonna do hair." And she said, "Hair? Ain't no money in doing hair." And at that time, it's funny because I kind of believed her. Because I also had a cousin who was my mom's cousin, one of her first cousins, so they were on the same age, who had her own beauty salon and was doing hair. And I guess she was struggling at the time and wasn't really making a whole lot of money from it. But when I look back at that situation, I realized what the problem was. Number one, I didn't have the support that I needed. Number two, I was judging myself based off of someone else's experience that had absolutely nothing to do with my experience because I'm not them and they are not me. And then number three, the person who had their business, it was the wrong location. She had her business in a small town. And come on, the population is not that huge. So of course you're not gonna make a whole lot of money, and then everybody know you. Some of them coming to you to get their hair done for free because they can to you. They family members. So they taking advantage of the situation. But I didn't know all that back then. But I do now. Because I experienced a lot of that stuff when I was doing hair. People would come to me and start asking me to do their hair and don't want to pay. And at that time, and I'm pretty sure it's still the same, you pay after the work is done. So I already did your hair. Now, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have the money. Can I pay you next week?" And then next week coming, I never get my money. Their hairstyle, they already took the hairstyle down. And now they feel like they really don't have to pay me. So I got burnt out from doing hair because of that reason. So, and then I started thinking about maybe my mom is telling the truth. There's no money in doing hair, so I need to find something else to do. And I did find other things to do. I found out that I was talented in a whole lot of things. It wasn't just hair that I was talented in. I was talented in writing. I love to write. I was talented in, what else? Talented in makeup, but I still didn't. I associated makeup with hair, and so I didn't really take that too seriously. And also talented at that time back then. I was really good in track, but that's a whole nother story for another day. And I was also talented in helping people like I'm doing right now because I found more joy in helping people like I'm doing with you right now. I found more joy in that than I have found in anything else that I have done. So that's how I know this is my purpose. So let's see, number 10, visualize your ideal life. Close your eyes and visualize your ideal life, career, or lifestyle. Imagine yourself engaged in activities that align with your passions and values. Notice how it feels to live a life of purpose and fulfillment. Number 11, set goals and take action. Once you've identified potential areas of passion and purpose, set goals and take actions to pursue them. Break down large goals into smaller, manageable tasks and take consistent actions towards living a more purposeful life. And number 12. Number 12, stay open and flexible. Stay open to new opportunities and experiences that may lead you closer to your purpose. Be flexible and willing to adapt your path based on new insights and discoveries along the way. By reflecting on activities or interests that brings joy and fulfillment, you will gain valuable insights into your purpose and passion, paving the way for more meaningful and fulfilling life. So tomorrow's day 2, and we are still on reflecting on passion and purpose.